What's up, Internet? Advantageous here, bringing you my second video with my Groudon entrainment team. So I'm not going to waste any time. You guys know what it's about. So these three were more. I changed my team up a little bit. No Mega Gardevoir. Instead, I brought Mega Alakazam. What else did I bring? I think I brought Choice Scarfed Terrakion. Which was super helpful. So on this first turn in this battle here, I see a Bronzong, and I'm predicting the Trick Room to come up, and I'm also thinking it's going to be Levitate, so I wanted to hit it with the Precipice Blades. Unfortunately, I don't get the Trick Room up, or he gets the Trick Room up, I get faked out, so rather unfortunate. So here, I protect with the Groudon. I'm trying to slow down this, or like speed up these guys so I can outspeed them with Groudon. If I get Chlorophyll on them, which I should have done, I do go for the Reflect here to stop that Hariyama. And normally when Bronzong has an attack, it's a physical attack. So he's going to go for a Dynamic Punch and hit it on the Leavanny. So, a lot of luck there. And then he's gonna go for the Hypnosis, and I'm like, why? Why do you do this to me? So I'm not sitting very pretty here. Leavanny's gonna be the slowest thing on the field, just because it does have Chlorophyll. Can't get rid of it. So yeah, things are just not looking too good here. Luckily that Reflect is actually helping me out, as Bronzong is going to get off the second Hypnosis, so not good. Bronzong is a problem. But then Groudon wakes up, you get the Precipice Blades off, and thanks to Gravity, there is no chance to miss. And that is going to do a considerable amount to both of them. So I'm happy with that. Leavanny still asleep. First turn asleep, can't do anything about it. On this next turn, I go for the Protect to try and stall out, I think it's stall out Trick Room and the Sun, and hope that Leavanny would wake up, which it did, and that's great. But then I hit myself in confusion. It's like, I'm just not having much luck here. You hit a 50% Dynamic Punch, and then yeah, so Trick Room ends the same turn my Sun ends, which is fine. I go for the Light Screen because I'm thinking Leavanny's just going to go down anyways, as Groudon's going to finish him off with Precipice Blades. And yeah, so now I'm sitting pretty here. I don't have the Sun up anymore, but yeah, Groudon isn't meant to live a bunch of hits, it's just meant to get up there, take the hits, and then, yeah. So no more Reflect, and no more Gravity. But then he brings in Camerupt and Ampharos, two slow Pokemon that are weak to ground. It was great, I didn't even have to go for the Overheat in this battle. And I do believe Leavanny, yeah, is gonna finally snap out of confusion. Go for the Helping Hand and Precipice Blades. Don't miss, which is great, and yeah, Groudon is just going to take out the entire team. So getting over the hacks was very nice. Everything just kind of worked out well. The Trick Room ending when it did was great. So that was the first battle. So I'm going to bring up the second battle here. And yeah, you didn't get to see any of my supporting mons in that one, just because it went so well. But this time, yeah, you can see Terrakion, Alakazam in the back. They're just two very fast mons. So this team was based on speed, pretty much, which I do like. But yeah, Trick Room can kind of screw it up, so I'll get into the battle here. Yeah, Trick Room was very much a problem, so that's why you could see I Chlorophyll, I entrained the Bronzong instead of entrained the Groudon, because there's no point in making it fast when you know Trick Room is coming. Looking back on, I should have entrained the, what you call it, because he had the Guts boost too. That was doing a lot of damage. So here in this next battle, I see like a double fake out. I don't know who's going to go for it, but it really doesn't matter. But yeah, It's gonna be Fake Out, Swagger, Raichu, so kind of annoying set. I get the light screen up like right away because I was predicting the Fake Out. Yeah, why did I should have just gone for the chlorophyll, but that was fine. So I'm going to, I do believe, in train. Oh, that's right. I didn't think I was gonna live an HP Ice. I thought this would probably have HP Ice. So now on this turn I go for the train. So now Groudon is super fast, but he is intimidated, which kind of sucks. And then I get Swagger. So as you can see, kind of nullifies itself out. No point. There's just no point in running an Intimidate thing if you're gonna run Swagger. And unfortunately, first turn I hit myself in Confusion. Luckily, I do snap out of Confusion this first turn, and I get the light screen up. So Leavanny being helpful as I get a Rock Slide on. So I'm sitting at +1. This is gonna do a lot, but it's not stab. So fortunately, it is just Primal Groudon. So I'm gonna get encored into light screen there, which kind of sucks. As I'm gonna get hit with a Hydro Pump as well by the Salamence, but luckily it's the sun, so it doesn't take too much. That pops my Citrus Berry. I also changed that up. Yeah, I put a Citrus Berry on it instead of a Life Orb to increase its longevity. The Life Orb was good though, to increase the damage. So I bring in Terrakion. Rock Slide's pretty obvious, but it's what I gotta go for. Groudon's confused, it breaks through, gets the Rock Slide off, and that should be enough to take out the Raichu. If not, obvious Terrakion is there. I do believe I locked myself into Rock Slide. No, I did not. So back in comes this stupid thing, the Toxicroak, as I'm going to get a Rock Slide off, and that's going to finish off Salamence. Yeah, I forgot I switched in the Terrakion that turn. But yeah, Salamence is going to come in, or Salamence is going to go down, so Reflect is gone. But that's fine, because I'm not too worried about this Toxicroak. My more worry is that the sun is now gone. Unfortunately, this Rock Slide is going to mix Toxicroak, but it wasn't going to do that much anyways, because it is a fighting type. As I'm going to get hit with a low kick by this Toxicroak. I'm still confused. I do break through, and I go for the Overheat. And this is a dry skin Toxicroak. I know that already, and yeah, you take double damage from fire. Fire! And all that's left is a Zapdos. It flinches. I'm Choice Scarfed into Rock Slide. It's not gonna live. So he just forfeits there. So I take that battle, and you guys still don't even get to see Alakazam. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna bring up this last battle here against Charlie. And this is, yeah, a more pretty competitive looking team. Almost like BDC 2014-2015, so I'll get into the battle here. So he is going to lead Landorus Gardevoir to get that Intimidate off right away. It's not too big a deal on the first turn just because I usually go for Overheat turn 1. And then my other two moves are physical, so it's a mixed Groudon, but I had a lot of fun using it. So this is pretty standard game. I have no trouble getting the Chlorophyll off. This Gardevoir is actually going to hit me with a Dazzling Gleam, which is interesting. And then Landorus is going to hit me with a U-turn. And Leavanny is max health, but it's not going to live that, unfortunately. So, good recognition of like a proper threat on the team. The Landorus is going to get the heck out of there and send in the Amoonguss. As, yeah, you didn't want to do that. So, this is the problem that I have. This is an Overheat in the sun from a Groudon, and it lives it. Like, how did you live that? So, I guess that's just what happens when it's not stab. So I bring in Mega Alakazam, or as Duncan Knee Deep calls it, Alakajam. I love that name. So I'm gonna Mega Evolve. I trace Regenerator, which is pretty cool, but I don't really need it. what would I have traced? Because I don't think that Gardevoir had trace. I'm gonna go, Groudon's actually gonna be the fastest thing on the field. I'm gonna get that Precipice Blaze off. I kind of thought that the Amoonguss would go for the Protect. So I do believe I Shadow Balled the Gardevoir slot with Mega Alakazam. Which I do, yeah. So I was thinking he was definitely gonna Protect. Getting rid of Pokemon like that allows like me to not let Amoonguss get up, you know, that Regenerator, which is always good. So in comes Pidgeot, which is going to turn out to be Mega, as he switches out into Landorus, gets another Intimidate off, so I'm -2, which is not that great, considering like I'm just going to stay in and keep using physical attacks, but it's still going to do a lot of damage. And Alakazam is still super fast, he can hit really hard. Pidgeot's going to Protect first turn. I think it gets a speed boost after it Mega Evolves. Not really sure. As I'm going to go for the Rock Slide. Even though I'm -2, that's still going to have a flinch chance. I go for the Dazzling Gleam as well, so doubling up. It doesn't do enough on the Landorus. I'm going to Protect with Alakazam because I'm pretty sure that this Landorus is going to go for the U-turn. So I get an Overheat off on this Landorus, does a good amount to it. And then Pidgeot's going to go for the Hurricane on my Groudon. And unfortunately I'm not going to live that. Mega Pidgeot it's strong. As Landorus goes for the Earthquake, but that's fine. It's not going to touch me. So in comes Staraptor. I was thinking about the final Gambit play here on the Mega Pidgeot, but I decided like I knew that Amoonguss was in the back, and I knew that it would be able to handle this. So he switches into the Amoonguss. It's got a ton more health. I go for the Dazzling Gleam just to hit both pokes. I'm Choice Scarfed, so I decide to go for the Brave Bird, I do believe, on this Pidgeot, as it's going to take down my Alakazam. So that was a fast Pidgeot then, because yeah, so it looked like I targeted the Amoonguss Ledge, which would have been like really awesome, but unfortunately not the case. So Mega Pidgeot is going to go down to the Brave Bird. So now I'm 1v2, and I feel like this Amoonguss is probably not too offensive, so I know I can 1v1 it, no problem. So here I'm like, alright, target the Landorus, even if it spores me, I'm okay with that, and both of them are low enough. And then it shows the Rage Powder, I'm like, ah, no, that sucks. So I am going to Brave Bird it, even though I am intimidated, that's going to do a ton of damage and take it out. See, I didn't even need a crit for that. And I'm just like, okay, and I go down to the Rock Slide. Because, yeah, there's no way with all that recoil. Oh, I was Life Orb, I changed it to a Life Orb, but then he misses his Rock Slide! And I'm able to outspeed and go for a Brave Bird. And that's going to be game. Yeah, I forgot, I changed it to a Life Orb. I think I brought my Reckless one. Or no, it was Intimidate, sorry. Can't even remember my own mons. What good am I? So, yeah, so that was definitely the best and closest battle I had with this team. It was so good. It was quick. Like, I mean, it was like punch for punch, not really a whole lot of strategy. That Amoonguss is a great pivot. Hard to get around. But yeah, that's just luck. You know, he missed Stone Edge, 90% chance, 1 out of 10. So I got that 1 out of 10. I've had so much bad luck with this team. It was ridiculous. Lots of low rolls and stuff, and just misses galore. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video with my thing, and yeah, as always, you know, if you got more suggestions, feel free to give them to me, and I'll try them out for you. So thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.